So unit number 4, we have, unit number 2, we have completed large sample test. So when a sample is called large sample, the previous problems we told n is greater than or equal to 30, then it is called a large sample. So now these are small sample tests. So small sample, when a sample is called small sample, if the sample size n value less than 30, less than 30, less than 30 means 29, 28, 27 like that. So if your n value is less than 30, then it is called a small sample. Then it is called a small sample. And in the problem, if your n value is less than 30 means 29, 27, 28 like that. So whenever your n sample size value less than 30, then it is called a small sample. You only have to use small sample test. So how many small sample tests are there? Already we have discussed how many small sample tests are there: t-test, f-test, and chi-square test. So these are the three tests you have. So t-test, f-test, chi-square test. In t-test, how many tests are there? T-test, you have 4 tests. T-test for single mean, difference of means, paired t-test, and t-test for single correlation coefficient. Okay, f-test, only one test is there. F-test is equality for variances. And chi-square test, you have 3 tests are there: single population variance, goodness of fit, independence of attributes. So that means in this chapter also total how many tests will be there? 8 tests will be there. So that means 8 procedures will be there. Already we have discussed the procedures. So now we have to discuss those 8 problems. 8 problems we have to discuss. So we will discuss one by one. What is the difference between large sample and small sample? Is large sample you will have only Z formula. In all the formulas you identify Z equal to formula, you will get Z equal to formula in large samples. But in small samples, based on the test, you will get the formula. Suppose if you get t-test, you will get t equal to. That is the reason here t equal to there. I will explain this formula later on. So if you observe here, t-test means you will get t equal to formula. F-test means you will get f equal to formula. Chi-square test means you will get chi-square equal to formula. And large sample test table values are given only 1% and 5%. Those are fixed values. But in small samples, table values will be different. So if you are using t-test, t table values you have to see. If you are using f-test, you have to see f table values. If you are using chi-square test, you have to see chi-square table values. So that is the reason today I have forwarded t table values to you. In the examination, small sample test table values will be given to you. So will be given to you in the practical examination. If it is not given, you are allowed to bring that copy. What is that copy I have sent today? So t-test I have sent already. T-test table values that is allowed for the examination. So in majority of the cases, the table values will be given to you in the examination. So table values you will mention. If you mention, you don't require the table value directly. You can see the table value and you can compare. Step number 5 you can use. So I hope you understood. So when a sample is called small sample, if n value is less than 30, then it is called a small sample test. So how many small sample tests are there? T-test, F-test, chi-square test. Under t-test, how many tests are there? 4 are there. Under F-test, only 1 test is there. Under chi-square test, you have 3. So total 8 procedures are there in unit number 3. Already we have finished these procedures. The only thing is now we have to discuss problems. I have already sent unit number 4, non-parameters. So his notes is finished. Everybody copied that one. At least everybody can take the Xerox copy of that one. Unit number 4, I think you have received. Please respond. Unit number 4 notes already have sent, because we are in unit number 3. I will finish this one within a week or 10 days. Then we have to discuss unit number 4. So unit number 4, yes, it is completed. I have already forwarded. If you are not interested to writing, take the Xerox copy of that one. So after finishing up with this unit number 3, I will start unit number 4. So already I have sent that notes. Unit number 4, non-parametric test notes, I have sent through WhatsApp. I have already sent. So if possible, you can practice, you can write, then it will be practice. Otherwise, take a Xerox copy of that one. Okay. So anyway, so first we'll start t-test. So t-test will start. So first procedure is t-test for single mean. First you have to learn the procedure. If you know the procedure, then only you can do any problem. If you don't know the formulas, you cannot do any problem. So that is the reason first I have taken the procedure to you. So what is the procedure and what are the formulas that are used in t-test for single mean? So that is the reason I have showed this copy to you. So this is t-test for single mean. All of you know how many steps will be there. 5 steps will be there. Null hypothesis H0. This is similar to large sample test. That means H0 statement mu equal to mu naught. So mu naught means whatever mu value is given, like large sample test for single mean. Okay. Similarly, H1. H1 may be alternative hypothesis may be not equal to or greater than or less than. If condition is given, you will use any one of these cases. If condition is not given, then you will directly consider mu is not equal to mu naught. Okay. Step number 3 is also same. Only difference is in place of Z, you will get T. Now, because you are using T test, you are getting T alpha is the table value. That is the only difference. Large samples, you will get only Z alpha is the table value. But in small samples, based on the test, you will consider the table value. So alpha equal to generally takes 5% or 1%, and T alpha is the table value. I will tell you how to see these table values later on when we discuss problems. Okay. And now the formula, step number 4 is the formula. So formula is important, test statistic. But what happened here in these two cases are there. Whenever, if it is a small sample also, whenever you have given sigma value, if sigma value is given to you, if it is a small sample test, n value is less than 30, but in that particular problem, sample standard deviation is not given, population standard deviation is given to you, then you will apply only large sample test. That means whenever a problem is given, if it is a small sample also, sigma value is given in that problem. That means population standard deviation is given, you will apply only large sample test. So all of you know the large sample test formula already outdone. Z equal to x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. This formula, when you have to use it, sigma value is known, sigma value is given. So majority of the cases sigma is not given to you. So whenever sigma is not given, then you will apply the t test. So these are the formulas for t test. So t equal to x bar minus mu by small s by root n minus 1, follows t n minus 1. This is important now. In all large samples, it follows n0 comma 1. There will be no problem in large samples. But in small samples, this is important. If you want to see the table value, this is important. It follows what? It follows t n minus 1. This concept is important. Suppose if n value is 20, t n minus 1 means t20 minus 1. That means t19 table value you have to see. If n value is 20. So that is the reason follows tn minus 1 is important for identifying the table value. But in large samples, it is not required. Large samples always follows n0 comma 1. Just you will identify the table values under 5% or 1%. But small samples, this is the difference. Small samples based on follows what? You have to set the table value at how many degrees of freedom. Here n minus 1 degrees of freedom is there. You have to see the table value here. So when we discuss problem, you can understand better. Okay, if small s is given, you will use this formula. Whenever, sometimes what happens is capital S will be given to you. So then you have to use the formula t equal to x bar minus mu by capital S by root n, follows tn minus 1. So sometimes data won't be given directly. X bar values won't be given to you. So if x bar is not given, how to calculate? All of you know the mean formulas. X bar equal to sum of the observations by number of observations. So population mean square. Capital S won't be given to you sometimes. Majority of the times capital S won't be given to you. Small s will be given because this is the sample information. Small s will be given to you. If it is not given also, you can calculate, because small s and capital S square difference is capital S square you will get 1 by n minus 1. Small s square you will get 1 by n. That is the only difference. So whenever capital S is not given, you will calculate s square equal to 1 by n minus 1 summation x minus x bar whole square. Calculate mod t if necessary. Whenever table value is negative, you won't calculate mod t. Whenever table value is positive, if you got a negative value, you can calculate mod t, like large samples already have done. Step number 5 is same for all the procedures. Only difference is in place of z, you will get t. That is the only difference. If t calculated value is greater than t table value at alpha percent level, for n minus 1 degrees of freedom. Why I am writing n minus 1 here? Because t follows n minus 1. That means table value you have to see n minus 1 degrees of freedom. So then we reject h naught. Greater than means always you will reject h naught. Less than means always we will accept h naught. Remaining conclusion is same. I hope you understood. Is it clear now the procedure? So when you have to use this large sample formula, whenever sigma is given in the problem, whenever sigma is given, you can use. Whenever sigma is not given, you can use any formula based on the information. The remaining steps are same. Only difference is T alpha is the table value. This you have to identify. I will tell you how to identify this value. Is it clear? Can we start the problems now? If you understood the problems, then it will be easy. Procedure is also very easy. Can I go to the first problem? Yes. So if yes, put the heading unit number 3 small sample test. Put the heading unit number 3 small sample test. In that, put the heading unit number 3 small sample test. In that, first problems on t test for single mean. Problems on t-test 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 for single mean. Just I will show the problem to you. Already I have forwarded. I have forwarded. We will do the second problem. We won't do the first problem. First problem we will do later. Second problem will start. Okay, so second problem. So make it as first problem here. Otherwise, you can keep it as second problem. Okay. So write on the problem. So copy that problem carefully. Second problem. A factory is producing the bolts. That is a bolt manufacturing company. Okay, so a factory is producing the bolts with the average diameter 21 millimeters, with the average diameter 21 millimeters. 21 millimeters. Full stop. Continuation. A random sample of 25 bolts. A random sample of 25 bolts. BOLTS. 25 bolts has a mean diameter 22.6 mm. 22.6 mm. Mm means millimeters. 22.6 mm and standard deviation 3 mm. And standard deviation 3 mm. Full stop. Now the question: Can we assume that the sample has been drawn from the population at 5% level? From the population at 5% level. If anybody joins late, please copy the second problem. Again, I am reading. A factory is producing the bolts with the average diameter 21 millimeters. Full stop. A random sample of 25 bolts has a mean diameter 22.6 millimeters and standard deviation 3 millimeter. Now the question is, can we assume that the sample has been drawn from the population at 5% level? At 5% level, this is not required. These are the answers I have written. So up to this it is required. Okay, up to this you can copy. If you copied, please respond so that I will explain the problem, how this problem comes to t-test for single mean. First you have to identify. In the examination, you won't give side heading like that, t-test for single mean. So you have to identify this particular problem comes under large sample or small sample or non-parametric test. So after that, you have to identify it comes under which test. If you complete, please respond. This is the first problem. That's why I'm taking time. If you understood the problem, then you can do n number of problems. Completed, everybody? If you complete, I will start the solution. First, I will explain how to identify this test. If you complete, please respond. I think yes, everybody has copied. I hope everybody is copied. Everybody is copied. Just first I will tell you how to identify this test. So I have already told, whenever a problem is given in testing of hypothesis, so you have to identify this particular problem comes under parametric test or non-parametric test. So clearly average is given. If you observe in this problem, average, standard deviations are given. That means parameters are given. Average means mean. Parameters are given. So you have to use only parametric test. So how many parametric tests are there? Either large sample test or small sample test. So you have to go for sample. What is the sample taken in this problem? So see here, clearly a random sample. In the second sentence, he has mentioned random sample of 25 volts. So clearly it is less than 30. Sample size is less than 30. 25 is less than 30. That means you have to apply only small sample test. Only small sample test you have to apply for this particular problem. So how many small sample tests are there? How many small sample tests are there? T-test is there, F test is there, and then chi-square test is there. So these are the three tests. So whenever it is a mean based problem, only one test is there, that is t-test. In small samples, whenever mean mean is given in the problem, whenever mean or average is given, so you have to apply only t-test. F-test we cannot consider mean. Chi-square tests also. So 3 chi-square tests are there. In all the procedures, you won't take any mean value. So only whenever a mean or average is given in the problem, you have to apply only t-test. I think it is clear. It is easy to identify. If it is a small sample test, if mean or average is given in the problem, only one test is there, that is t-test you have to apply. So after that, how many t-tests are there? So there are 4 tests are there in t-test. So what is the test? T-test for single mean, difference of means, paired t-test and correlation. So if you observe the entire data, correlation is not given. That means you cannot apply correlation. So that means how many tests left out now? Single mean, difference of means, paired t-test. Difference of means and paired t-test requires 2 samples. 2 samples are required. But in this case, sample, how many samples are considered? Only one sample, a random sample of 25 volts. Only one sample is considered. That means this particular problem comes under t-test for single mean. Like that, you have to identify the test. Is it clear, all of you, how to identify the test? If it is clear, I will go to the solution. Or if you have any doubt, you can ask me. If it is clear, I will go to the procedure steps. So I hope it is clear. If it is a mean based problem, small sample test, only one test is there, that is t-test. If single sample is given, you will apply t-test for single mean. So only one sample is given here. So that is the reason I will apply only t-test for single mean for this particular problem. Okay, write down solution, all of you. Write down the solution. Given that what is the sample he has considered? He has considered a sample of 25. So given that n equal to 25, n equal to 25. Given that n equal to 25, now read the sentence. A random sample of 25 volts has a mean. Has a mean means this is the sample data. This is the sample data. So sample mean is denoted by all of sample mean is denoted by x bar. So write down x bar equal to what is the mean value as considered? Sample mean equal to 22.6 is the value. Sample mean diameter 22.6. So x bar value 22.6. X bar value 22.6. Continuation and a standard deviation. So clearly this is also sample data. Sample mean and sample standard deviation is given. So sample mean, sample standard deviation. Sample mean is denoted by x bar. Sample standard deviation is denoted by small s. That means small s value is given. What is the smallest value? 3 mm. 3 mm. X bar is also 2.6 mm. If you want, you can write mm. Okay. And this is 3 mm. Now read the first sentence of the problem. This is the first sentence reference on an so a company passed one statement. What is that factory? A factory is producing bolts. A bolt manufacturing factory is there. So on an average, what is the diameter they are producing? The 21 millimeter diameter of bolts they are manufacturing. So this is the general information. So in that company, so what is the first sentence reflects? First sentence reflects in that factory. The factory is producing bolts of diameter, average diameter 21 millimeters. Average means mean. Average means all of mean. So this is nothing but population mean. On an average, so 21 millimeters average diameter bolts the factory is manufacturing. So this is the general information. So overall information. Overall, what is the average diameter they are producing? 21 mm. So that is nothing but population mean. Average means population mean. So population mean is given. So mu equal to 21 mm. 21 mm. Because this is not a sample data. So sample data is from second sentence onwards, a random sample of 25 volts. So to check this statement is correct or not, he has taken this sample. So the company is saying that what is that they are producing on an average 21 diameter bolts they are manufacturing. To test that statement, he has taken a random sample 25 volts, which he got mean diameter is 22.6 and standard deviation is 3. So based on this random sample data, this first statement is correct or not, we have to check this first statement. First statement means what is that? The factory is producing the bolts with the average diameter 21 millimeters. You have to test that statement. For testing that statement, he has taken that random sample. Now you have to use the testing procedure. If H0 is accepted, that is true. That statement is true. If H0 is rejected, then that statement is false. That you have to do. Is it clear now? What is given in the data? What is clear in the data? It is clear. If it is clear, we will go for steps now. Clear, everybody? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. The first sentence itself, so that is a general statement. That means population mean is given. So on an average, diameter is given. So for testing that statement, the sample data is given to you. I hope you understood. So this is the information given. Now, just now I have shown the procedure to you. Just I will take to that procedure. So this is the procedure now. Okay. So write down. Everybody write down step number 1. So after this, write down step number 1. Null hypothesis H0. Null hypothesis H0. Null hypothesis H0. What is the H0 statement? Actually, procedure you have written mu equal to mu naught. But I know mu value. What is the mu value? 21 millimeters. So what is the H0 statement? Mu equal to 21 millimeters. Mu equal to 21 mm. 21 mm. Mu equal to 21 mm. 21 mm. That is, what is the meaning of that sentence? That is, now just go for question. What is the question? Just I will show that question again. So this is the question. What is the meaning of this one now? That is, write down. Everybody write down. That is, we assume that the sample has been drawn from the population diameter 21 millimeters. H0 mu equal to 21. That means what is the meaning of this sentence? Right. That is, we assume that the sample has been drawn from the population diameter 21 millimeters. Population diameter 21 millimeters. That is step number 1. Next, step number 2. Any condition is given in the problem? Make it fast. Any condition is given? More than, less than, greater than. Anywhere you find any sentence? Any condition is given in the problem? More than, less than. Respond quickly so that I will know. Condition is given or not given? Anywhere more than, less than. Entire problem, any condition is given in the entire problem? You are seeing any condition? More than, less than? Say yes or no? No. If it is no, then you can write the statement. So write down step number 2, alternative hypothesis H1. Mu is not equal to 21 millimeters. 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 That is, make it fast. We have less time. And that is same. That is, we assume that the sample has not been drawn. The sample has not been drawn. That is, we assume that the sample has not been drawn from the population diameter 21 mm. Population diameter 21 mm. The sample has not been drawn from the population diameter 21 mm. 21 mm. Completed. Please respond quickly. We have only 6 minutes time. Completed, everybody. Can I go to step number 3? Can I go to step number 3? Yes. So if yes, write down step number 3. Alpha equal to what is the value given? Alpha equal to, what is the alpha value? It is mentioned in the problem. Alpha equal to 5%. Alpha equal to 5%. Alpha equal to 5%. Just now I have shown the formula to you. Just give me a minute. I will show the formula to you. So this is the formula I have done. So here sigma is given or sigma is not given? Sigma is given in this problem. Sigma is given or not given? Please respond. Sigma is given or not given? Population standard deviation is not given here. So clearly population standard deviation is not given. Whenever population standard deviation is not given, you can use the second case. So sigma is not given in this problem. You can use this one or you can use this one. So already small s is given to you. So small s is given means what is the formula you will use? I will use the formula here. So this is the formula I will use. So if you observe this formula, in all the formulas, it follows Tn minus 1. I know the n value here. What is the n value in this particular problem? N value is 25. So write down step number 3. Step number 3 is nothing but alpha equal to 5%. 5% T. Now what is the formula? N minus 1. N minus 1 means 25 minus 1. 25 minus 1 means 24. T24 two-tile test. Because mu is not equal to mm means what is that? This test is called two-tile test. So write down step number 3. Everybody write down step number 3. Step number 3 is nothing but alpha equal to 5%. Why I have written T24? Why I have written T24 here? Because Tn minus 1 is the table value. So Tn minus 1 means n value is 25. So 25 minus 1 means T24. So T24 two-tile test equal to. So write down step number 3. Alpha equal to 5%. T24 two-tile test equal to. T24 two-tile test equal to. Just I will show the table values to you. So I have already sent these table values. Now see, these are the table values of t-test. Now what you have to see? You have to see go for T24. Now this is this one. N value is nothing but this one. So what is the n value in this particular column? N is nothing but n minus 1. N minus 1 means 24. So T24 you have to go. Where 24 is there? See 24 value. This is 24. T24 means this is the 24 value. At what percent? 5%. So see only 5%. Only see 5%. One-tile test or two-tile test? Two-tile test. So see only two-tile test. This is the two-tile test. If it is one-tile test, you have to see here. So but it is not one-tile test. So it is two-tile test. So two-tile test 5% value. What is that value? Anyone type? Say it. Anyone type that value? What is that value? You are seeing T24 two-tile test value. Anybody? Yeah. So this is the value. So like that, you have to see the table values. Like that, you have to see the table values. So here n means don't take 25. N means what is that? N minus 1 value, you have to see. That means T24 value, you have to see. 24 means 24. Two-tile test means this is the two-tile test. 5% means you have to see this column. If it is 1%, you will go for this column. If it is 5%, you will go this column. So if it is a two-tile test, you will go for this column. If it is a one-tile test means right-tiled or left-tiled, both. Right-tiled or left-tiled, no problem. That is called one-tile test. So, but in this case, what is the value? 2.064, right up. 2.064. 2.064. Now I know the table value. 2.064. 2.064. Understood everybody how to see the table values? This value will be given in the examination. Otherwise, this is allowed. This copy is allowed for the examination. Is it clear? Can I go to step number 4? Please respond quickly. We have only 2 minutes time. All of you understood? Say yes or no. If yes, write down the last one. So write down step number 4. Write down step number 4, everybody. Step number 4. Step number 4 under H0. Step number 4 test statistic you have to calculate. Write down step number 4 test statistic. In that write down under H0. This is the formula. Under H0. T equal to x bar minus mu by small s by root n minus 1, because I know small s here. So x bar minus mu by small s by root n minus 1. I know x bar value. What is the x bar value? 22.6. I know mu value 21. I know s value 3. I know n value 25. I know n value. Just substitute in this formula, simplify it, and tell me the t value. What is the t value you will get? Anybody can simplify and tell me the t value? I know x bar, I know, yeah, 2.61. So 2.61. 2.61. So if you simplify, you will get 2.61. I have given answer also in this problem. Yeah, 2.61. This is there now. So you will get 2.61. I have already given the answer. T equal to 2.61. Okay, no problem, right? So write the conclusion. Step number 5. All of you, step number 5. Write down step number 5. What is step number 5? Write down the calculated value of t. The calculated value of t. Write down step number 5. The calculated value of t. The calculated value of t within brackets. What is the value? You got 2.61. You got 2.6128. Otherwise, simply 2.61. No problem. 2.61. What is the table value? Table value is 2.06. Clearly, 2.61 is greater than the table value. So write down the calculated value of t within brackets 2.61 is greater than the table value of t. is greater than the table value of t within brackets 2.064 at 5% level, at 5% level, at 5% level for two-tile test, for 24 degrees of freedom. Two-tile test for 24 degrees of freedom. DF right, 24 degrees of freedom. If it is greater than, always we will reject H0. Therefore, we reject H0. Therefore, we reject H0. Therefore, we reject H0. That means what you are saying? You are saying H0 is wrong.